But y'all want me to pay $400 for 10 braids? Hair is included, but damn, I want styling, so that's the extra $30. I gotta pay the squeezing fee, that's another $50.
How much are the LA girlies willing to pay for their braids? Let's find out.
Y'all, I just wanted to book an appointment to get my hair done for next week. And this girl got 500 rules on her website.
Why are boho knotless braids so expensive?
I got my hair done by a new hairdresser the other day, yeah? And all I have to say is the grass is greener, bro.
I expected my hair to look exactly how it looks on Pinterest. For what no shade the owner of the business is promoting and how she opening her business.
So $29.70. Perfect? Okay, perfect. Let's get you going.
Okay, but what happens when a service really does cost $4,000?
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Cynthia here, and guys, in today's video we're going to be talking about something stressing everybody out: hair prices nowadays. From the wigs to the installs to the sewings to everything, all these are now suddenly luxury. Now I know a lot of people will say, okay, do your hair yourself. This also affects people that are doing their hairs themselves, because now if you want a very good extension to use for your hair, it still costs you a lot. I saw the other day somebody said raw hairs are now going for $450 to $1,000, HD lays $250 to $800. Then the installs, we're talking 300, 400, 500. And then stylists still charge extra for bleaching, understandable, plucking, curling, and even baby hair. Some stylists charge for that. At this point, the appointment should come with a Wi-Fi. Now, let's not even go into braids. Knotless braids are now starting from $250 to $2,000, depending on the size you're getting and depending on the person you go to get this done. And then, let's not forget, you must come with your hair washed, blow dried, stretched, and silent, or you pay a fee. Now, I even saw the other day a stylist came out to talk about how she charges $5,000 for tapings. Now, it's a lot. Now, without wasting too much time, let's get right into the pricing in the hair industry and how it's becoming out of hand.
How much are the LA girlies willing to pay for their braids? Let's find out.
I won't go above 200, like 275. Like that's my limit. Like I'm not about to pay 290 to 300. I can't do it.
800. I feel like that's high. It depends on where I am though, because on the East Coast, you could really get it done for like 4 or 5. But when you're in LA, 8 is low. 8 feels low.
If it's small, knotless with boho, I'm not paying over $450. Medium, small, $250, $300. Cornrows, don't ask me for more than $100. That's my max. $575.
It really is hard to find quality good braiders that you can trust, but also too that you can talk to and you feel comfortable with getting your hair done. Because I feel like your hair is like a ritual and it's spiritual and it's connected to everything a part of your life. Do I think it's sustainable in this economy? Hell no. But sometimes we gotta do what we gotta do.
With this style, not to make the girlies upset. 400. My braid budget, it always exists. Like that is a priority for me. Like I don't care what else is going on. I'm gonna make a way to get my hair done. Like close to 100 for like just the human hair pieces, and then I got synthetic, so it could be longer. But then you think about like they're on their feet for so long, and this and that. So I get it.
200, 220. If I'm just paying for regular braids, no human hair, full human hair, 450 to 500, but they be charging 6.
All I can say is people are now becoming comfortable with how expensive braiding hair is nowadays. Let me know, how much would you allow somebody braid your hair for, and the styles in question?
Why did I see an NYC hairstylist is charging extra if you're disabled? Specifically if you have autism. She has $100 upcharge. And I was gonna wait till I get home to make this video, but I have a little sister that has autism and I'm offended. Do you not know that's illegal? Do you not know what it means to be ableist? Do you not understand we can endeavor report you to the Better Business Bureau? Oh, and I took screenshots because her whole thing is ridiculous. If y'all look at the bottom, it does says, please do not wear a hooded sweater while you're getting your hair done. I don't know about y'all, but I wear a sweatsuit to all my hair appointments. I never had a complaint. But babe, once I saw these prices, natural hair twist starting at $140, Early's on 125th would have got you right for $50. And that's medium. Small natural hair twist is $160. She's charging $300 for cornrows. You mean the Meeks? And let's not even get me started on the wig prep charge. What's a wig prep? Wash, conditioner, blow dry, and a braid down. And it's only $125 if your hair is shoulder length or shorter. If your hair is anything longer than shoulder length, God forbid, it's more money. But charging $125 for a wash set and braid down, are you serious? You can get a wash and set from the Dominicans for like $50 and a braid down from the Africans for $20, $25, $30. That's still less than $125. And they're not going to discriminate your hair length. She's charging $100 just for you to wash your box braids. You can do that at home for free. And to be very clear, it's not a takedown. It's not a style. She's just washing, shampoo and conditioning your box braids. $1,200 for small goddess knotless braids. $1,200. On 125th, it's $200 any length, any style. And you're charging $1,200? $1,200 what? Robux? V-Bucks? Virtual coin? Because it can't be 1,200 US. Is this, what is this? Honduran money? Who's paying $800 for medium braids, y'all? And the moment of truth, what I even started the video. Autism services, $100. And her excuse on why she's charging $100, she's saying people with autism is a lot more to deal with. That's assuming that everybody with autism is the same. Because I promise when my little sister get her hair done, she sits still the whole time. So for you to assume and bunch everybody up in the same thing, that's ableist. That's discrimination. And babe, it's more than messed up. And what makes it worse, she also has a son that has autism. Would you want your son to be treated differently? And I haven't seen anything on her page about her working in a studio, so I'm assuming she works at home. And you work in the Bronx. Y'all let me know if y'all will go to this hairstylist, because me,
There's so many things to unpack here. First of all, charging for a disability, come on, when did that even start? Now that is out of the way, were you guys hearing her prices? 1,200 for braids? I blame the people that go to this hairstylist in question to get their hair done. Regardless of how rich you are or what your pocket size is, there's some things you have to like be reasonable about. And washing your cornrows for $100. Like I said, I blame the people going to them for these services. You can literally do this in your shower.
How much does this cost? $2,000 for 4 inches. She has 18 inches.
What? $2,000 for 4 inches. Okay, let's see. Additional 4 inches will makes it 8 inches. It's $4,000. 12 inches makes it $6,000. 16 inches makes it $8,000. 18 inches would add an extra $1,000 on top. So that's like $9,000. I'm finding it so hard to believe. Isn't anyway, I'm not even gonna let's go into the next video.
A lot of people don't understand why some braiders charge $500, $600, $700 for certain hairstyles. So let me explain to you why braiding can be so expensive. I personally feel like braiders should be one of the highest paid people in the hair industry because it takes a lot of mental and physical labor. No lunch, no breaks, and they could low-key be stressing about making sure that your parts are straight because that's the most important part. All braiders don't braid at the same speed. All braiders don't even braid the same way, and they can't all do the same style. So if you like the work that you see on someone's page, respect their price and respect the labor that they put into it.
No doubt, they work really hard, no doubt, but I don't see why a hairstyle should be more than a certain amount of money. Now, this to me is a little bit on the high side. The internet is stressing.
Let's get into these 1,000 pound braids that the girls are getting.
So let's get into why I think this would have cost her around £1,000 to have this service done. the first thing that we're going to consider is the actual hair. Now, she already said that she used 100% human hair. Typically, when you get this done, you normally have it braided down with synthetic hair and you add a pop of human hair into it to create the actual texture. The hair looks around 22 to 24 inches. If she bought that from our salon, it would be around £140 per bundle, and she easily has around 3 in her hair. So that's going to be around £400 on its own. Then you can see it's not your typical 1B colour, so she probably paid around £200 to get it custom coloured. That's already going to be £600. That's leaving her with about £400. Let's say she paid $50 for her daughter to get her hair done. That's £350 that the stylist, who spent 6 hours, would have charged her for doing the actual service.
This is pounds, not dollars. So I don't know. £1,000 for hair? This is rent money on someone's head.
I live in Atlanta. Of course, boho knotless braids are $700+. So come with me to get my hair done at the African Braiding Shop for $300 with hair included. I found this place on TikTok. I texted the number in the bio, and Auntie texted me back so quick. I set an appointment for like a few days later. There was no deposit, no rules. She said, here's the address, and just come. I came, and there were snacks. This place was a beauty supply store, nail salon, hair salon, barbershop, and clothing boutique all in one. I would rate the pain probably like a 3 out of 10. I'm very tender-headed, and I know this group looked like it was something serious, but I promise it was not that bad. Now, if you're someone who is very impatient and you don't like to wait, I would suggest requesting an earlier appointment, because I won't lie to y'all, people were waiting an hour to 2 hours to get their hair done, and I personally just do not have it in me. I did not keep track of timestamps. Just know that my small boho knotless waist length braids took under 5 hours, which I think is crazy, because I've seen people take 9 to 10 hours, and I also just don't have it in me. Now, halfway through, somebody else did start working on my head, so it was 2 people at once. I started recording, but she looked at me like I was crazy, so I lowered my phone. Overall, this was a very smooth experience. You can pay through either cash or Zelle, which was very convenient. Overall, I would rate the experience an 8 out of 10. I don't like how frizzy boho knotless braids get, but they did a great job.
Okay, I mean, with the hair included, I mean, I guess. But there's just something I'll not understand. Why do people get these hairstyles done? I've gotten it done before and I regretted myself. Like, the hair tangles, no matter the extension you use. Human hair, synthetic hair, it tangles.
Yeah, I just wanted to book an appointment to get my hair done for next week. And this girl got 500 rules on her website. She wants you to come washed, dried, and sectioned. She wants you to section off your own hair so that she does not have to section it off. If you come with your hair tangled and she has to detangle it, there is a charge. If you change your mind about the hairstyle you want the day of, there is a charge. If you just want a little swoop added to your little straight hairstyle, there is a charge. Also, if you want a ponytail, it's $300. It's just like, take me back to 2017.
I feel her pain. Ponytail for 300. What's happening? Is the ponytail going to last forever? Like, why is a ponytail 300? And then all these little add-on fees that I'm hearing. You know, back in 2017, like, all these things came together with your price. What does she mean by section your hair before you come? That means I'm basically doing more than half of the work for you.
Hey besties, good morning. So today I'm getting my hair done. I should be ashamed of myself. You see how far down that is? Y'all, I have no business. I've had my sew-in since like September 25th. It's December 2nd. I'm dressed. Just putting on my lippy and my Tatcha Dewy Mist Spray. All right, let's go get this hair done. Yeah. Okay, besties, we are at the salon. First things first, let's do this takedown. I absolutely love how my stylist takes care of my hair. I have a naturally really dry scalp, so she really gets in there, shampoos her down, conditions her, all the works. After she does all of that, I get my color for my extensions and my hair. I do jet black. That's $400. Then I get a steam treatment for growth. Now, I'm not going to lie. I'm not really a girly that cares too much about the length of my hair. As long as those edges are thick, that's all I care about. But girl, I got a little length. Like, okay, I see me. Now let's get into this braid down. The install is $450, and I tried something new because I'm headed to Miami, so I wanted like minimal leave out, and I really love it. Like the curtain bangs, and the total was $950. I went home, put my rollers in, and I'm absolutely loving the look. Yes, let me know what y'all think.
$950. Guys, this is easily somebody's rent with some change.
Count it all out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You tipped me. You didn't have to tip me.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Well, thank you.
Okay. You know what? All these things are not realistic, but let's just keep going.
After finding out braids would cost almost £700, I said, hell no, I'm not doing that. And to the influencer that keeps promoting that braider, shame on you, because that is extortion. I wish I checked the prices earlier, because I wouldn't be in this situation. It's so annoying because I had 2 days to find another hairdresser. And you know what? This girl came in clutch. Made me a matcha from scratch. We had great chat. And look at that. Look at this. Look at this. I'm not holding the hair. Come see a professional, okay? Good service doesn't mean you have to pay ridiculous prices. Moral of the story is, don't let nobody take your feed yet. Nay hairs, you ate that.
Good services can also be affordable. I think that's what we need to take home. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Now, on the caption of this video, it says $480 for her hair.
She burned me chemically. Cut my hair down to the scalp at the nape when that hair I had just grown down to this point, and then hung up on me when confronted about it and blocked me. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm bald now. I have no hair in the back of my head. And my scalp is hot to the touch, and I don't know how to make it stop.
All that money for this? This isn't good.
Okay, but what happens when a service really does cost $4,000? Some services in my hair salon do cost $4,000, and I want to go over what that looks like in the very rare occasion that it does. As you see, my client Kelsey here had a very blunt bob. She was very dense. The hair alone for her would have cost $2,160, but this was for 375 grams of 22-inch hair in 16 Genius wefts. So that is a lot of hair, guys. And the reason I put that much hair is because of the fact that I have to cut, and also you want to account for any shedding that can happen possibly too, that's going to happen. Her custom color would have been $650 with a K18 treatment that does include her color for her hair naturally and the color for the extensions that I'm also having to do to make sure that they match literally perfectly. So for Kelsey, she did have some damage, so we went in with K18 and made sure that we were maintaining the integrity of her hair. And a lot of people were asking in the live, like, why are you lightening her? Why don't you just put the all over red? And the reason being is because I wanted to add a little bit of dimension, and I wanted to make sure that the extensions that were blonde that we were coloring dark were going to look the same as the blonde pieces in her natural. So I could go in and color a brown extension red, and it's not going to look the same as if I color a blonde extension red. It's going to be more vibrant. It's going to be a lot more color to it and pigment. So that's why I did a little bit in her hair too, so that that pigment from the blonde pieces that I was coloring was going to match the brightness in her natural, and it just wasn't deep and rich and dark in one color. So I did do a 8.4, 2 ounces to half an ounce of 6.343 in Kevin Murphy with 10 volume because I wanted to deposit. And then on her blonde lighter shade pieces, I did Redken shades, equal parts 6CB, 6AA, 7C, and we let that sit for 20 minutes. And then after this, her extensions were washing and being styled by Patsy in the other room while I was doing Kelsey's hair. And so once we got Kelsey all washed and styled, and toned and all the things, I brought her back into the chair and I installed wet. I didn't get any footage of me installing because we were on live for like 4 hours with y'all, which was an amazing live. We had over 800 people in the live asking questions about how I distribute the weight and how I put the hair in. And we ended up doing 5 rows of extensions on Kelsey. So when you break down the install price of $1,200, it's $300 per row for a brand new install in my salon. The reinstall is cut in half. It is $150 per row. So now we're going in and I am layering her straight before we curl her, because I want to ensure that Kelsey can wear her hair straight or curled. I don't want you to be able just to wear your hair curled. That's not, like, why would you pay all that money and not be able to be have versatility and wear your hair up and down and half up, half down, all the things. And here in a minute, I'm going to show you what everything looks like underneath. So here's the bottom row. As y'all can see, that's the first row at the very bottom, which is a nape row. After her nape row, this next one I'm pulling down is going to be a full row from corner to corner all the way. That had about 100 grams on that one row. The bottom had about 80. And then I did a density row, which was a smaller row of about 80 grams, I believe, again. And then her top row, as y'all see here, I split into 2 so that she didn't have any type of tension, and I wanted to make sure we could add the max amount of weight there. And then I did a very small row at the top just to like break up any of her dense bob that she had. And as y'all see here, everything blended very beautifully, very softly. It blended straight as well. And we had to maximize her coverage and weight of extensions. We ended up cutting out 52 grams of hair during the layering process. This is why I preach that it's very important that you add more hair than what the client needs. You have to account for that. All right, here's her top row. Look how flexible and flat that is. Number one question I get asked, can you wear your hair up? 100%. So even going as far forward as we did, look how flat and how camouflaged her hair is. She would be able to wear it up. Now, of course, you have to remember you have extensions in your head. You might have to like brush it and make sure it's laying flat, but for the most part, it is super flat, super camouflaged. She was so happy with it. Her end result ended up being a 10 out of 10. And if y'all have any questions, please let me know. I didn't charge Kelsey. She's a single mom. I flew her out here before I even went viral for inviting Not Famous.
Okay, so she said she didn't charge her for this hair, but if she would have been a client, this is how much she would have charged her: 4,000 plus. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I saw a lot of techniques happening there and all, but to me, is it worth that price?
Today, I had to charge my client almost $400 for a silk press. Before y'all hop in my comments, let me tell you why. So today, I had a new client come through. When she first walked in, she did let me know that she was straight out of knotless braids. She let me know that she originally had gotten the braids done at the end of May. During the duration of wearing them, she did get the edges redone. So in total, she wore these knotless braids for about 4 months, which was about 8 weeks past what's recommended to wear a protective style. A protective style is no longer protective when it's over worn. And because she wore her hair up so long, it was matted. The base of the braid had grown out. It was completely matted by lint, oils, dead hair, edge gel, dandruff, and everything else. In order to properly detangle her hair, I had to saturate each one of these braid boxes, pull them apart, and comb them out one by one. I started this process at around 10:15, and I did not complete her hair until 3:30. Did have clients that showed up in between, which I did have to sit her off to the side so that I could get their services complete. But for the most part, majority of this appointment was detangling her hair. Y'all, it was most definitely a job. But I wasn't gonna stop until I got my girl all detangled. As you can see, she has a lot of damage. That is due to the fact since her hair was up so long and because it was matted at the base, she lost a lot of hair. She had already came in prepared to cut it off. Now, she was prepared for a shortcut, but I cut it in the bob first because I just really wanted to make sure that's what she wanted was a shortcut. We ended up adding a couple pieces in the front. When I cut it off into the bob, she was like, girl, this is really cute. I was like, see, girl, I told you. You ain't have to cut your hair off into no pixie cut, because she did ask me what I thought would look cute. And I told her we can either leave some length on it, or we can do a bob cut, or we can do the shortcut that you wanted. And she really ended up liking the blunt cut bob look. So that's what we end up going with. Then, like I said, I did have some hair laying around the shop. So I did add a couple pieces to the bang area. What a lot of people don't know is that when your hair is thinning, it can be attributed to many things that include blood pressure medicine, thyroid, premenopause, alopecia. It could just be hereditary. I always like to ask my clients these questions so that we can narrow down the root cause of what could be causing the thinning. But nonetheless, my girl didn't have to leave with a pixie cut. She loved her bob.
almost $400. Now, I would say I liked the way she took her time trying to detangle this lady's hair, doing it slightly and beautifully. I'll give it to her, honestly. I was really impressed with that. But yes, let me know what y'all think about the pricing.
Yo, so I'm looking for a hairdresser for my birthday because, of course, I need a fresh style for my birthday. Yesterday, I came across a hairstylist that didn't want to charge me an arm and a leg and had availability. But after going on her booking website, I had to answer like 8 questions probably. And at the bottom of the 8 questions, it asked for my Instagram name, my TikTok name. And then it was something, and I'm literally going to read it to y'all because I'm not going to put a screenshot up because I'm not about to tussle with the girls. It said, do you understand if I'm not able to find your Instagram/TikTok or match it with the picture, your appointment will be automatically canceled and deposit will not be refunded. So you're telling me, let's just say make an error when I'm telling you my Instagram name. You're going to take my deposit because you can't find my TikTok and Instagram name? Okay. After that question was ID, driver's license, first and last name, and picture must show. Who are y'all hiding from? What beef do y'all have going on in the city that I have to give you my Instagram, TikTok name? You got to verify my Instagram, my TikTok name, and you need my ID and driver's license. Do you need my firstborn child too, just for a sewing? Then what really pissed me off was, it was like, I could get a sewing, but I also had to pay for it to get styled. Like, I just feel like growing up, I didn't have to pay for it to get curled too. Like, why do I have to pay you to do all of that? Like, it's already two something, sister. Like, I know people is paying for it. And at this point, anywho, please drop me y'all New York City hairstylists that don't got an arm and a leg and a rule and everything else, and I gotta be verified to book.
Wait, so what if I don't have an Instagram or a TikTok? Does that mean she'll be servicing me? Like, this one is new to me. This is the first time I'm hearing this. And the list of things to bring just to get your hair done, girl, don't worry about it.
Get these £550 knotless braids.
For what? Is it for a bar? Is it for Gary?
See, the first step was to get the braiding hair and the curls, which equated to like £208. And then I came to Stewart Braid Hair, or Stewart Braid African Hair in Houston. Not gonna lie, they had me looking like Ashley Green with these pool cartons, bro. I was actually laughing to myself because I was like, whoa, I've never seen myself like this. They started me right with 2 braiders, but then I ended up having only 1, which was crazy. And I'm so tired. My bum hurts, but we're nearly done, and it's only like 1 p.m. Don't know who lied to me. I ended up staying in that seat for a further 6 hours. Yes, 6 hours, and my appointment was at 9 a.m. Can you imagine? But anyways, I started eating my snacks, and the snacks were just not enough to hold me, so I had to get some Chick-fil-A as well, just to add it. A little bit greedy, you know what I mean? By this point, I would say I was maybe like 4-ish, and I was already tired. You could see by my face, but I started helping out with the hair, because I was like, you know what? If this is going to be finished, I got to help out. She's not going to be able to do this by herself. It was 7 p.m. by this point, and she was basically done, so I was just so grateful. She still had to dip the hair in the hot water and do all the extra little bits, but she was very nice, I'm not going to lie. Her name was Cynthia. The service charge was about £280, the tip was £40, and I'm in love with the end results, but do you think it was worth £550?
Guys, these are in pounds, so like a higher currency. Wow. All I'll say is people have money to spare.
But y'all want me to pay $400 for 10 braids? Hair is included, but damn, I want styling, so that's the extra $30. I gotta pay the squeezing fee, that's another $50. My hair burgundy. I'm getting
unpopular opinion. And this gonna sound so weird coming from me, but unpopular opinion, $400 for 10 braids is not. It's crazy. It's crazy, but it ain't that crazy. Let me explain. So she said she paid $400 for 10 braids, but I'm guessing that the person who's doing her hair originally charges probably $200 for 10 braids, because she said it was an extra $100 for the squeezing fee, and then it was some more money because she wanted them extended, and then some more money because her hair is burgundy. And I'm guessing the person who's doing her hair either has to color match or probably watercolor the braiding hair. Now, even some people will argue that $200 for 10 braids is a little bit crazy, but I'm here to make the math. So for like 4 to 6 stitch braids, usually bitches charge like $100. Bitches not doing stitch braids, 4 to 6 stitch braids under $100 no more. Like, them days is over with. They'll bring back black and white TVs before they bring that shit back. Number 2, braiding takes way more skill and labor than a wig. Most of my wig installs, as y'all can see on my page, are between $250 and $300. So $250 to $300 for a wig install for something that's probably 9 times out of 10, the average person is not gonna last past a week. After 3 days, If you're not doing whatever it is that you're supposed to be doing on the day that you get your install or the day after, it's a possibility that it could be looking crazy. It's not gym proof. It's not sweat proof. It's not sauna proof. It's not shower proof. It's not fucking proof. It just look good, and that's the aesthetic. That's what's in nowadays. Braids, on the other hand, they fucking proof. They sweating proof. They waterproof. Vacation proof. Anything you need, braids guaranteed. And like 10 of them, you should be good. Cause you know, like if you get like 6, you might not be good for like the water and shit, but everything else. But if you get 10, you know, like the little parts gonna be real, like a little bit smaller. So all that, it's still gonna look good. The only thing you really gotta worry about is if you do get edges. Like if you don't know how to do your edges, you might be cooked off that. But if you know how to do edges, you're good. Now, am I saying bitches need to start charging $400 for 10 braids? No, I'm not saying that. But I'm saying if I paid $300 for a wig install, I would be willing to pay $400 for 10 braids, which, if you watch the video, I'm pretty sure the girl don't charge $400 for braids. She just charged $400 to do those braids because of the circumstances that was under. Like I said, I think that whoever she saw doing her hair was charging anywhere between $200 and $250.
200 and 250 already, to me, is a lot for 10 braids. Now rising it up to 400, I don't know what to say again. Magical flying braids, $989. Where are we magically flying to? Because some magic has to be really in these braids. Isn't that just a different technique of braiding?
You know how I know hairstylists just be doing anything? The lady who did my braids, let's just say it's like 100 braids on my head. She charged me $230, and this is like small knotless, and it's fairly long, right? Now, this same lady who charged me $230 for 100 braids, I asked her how much is it going to be for like 10 stitch braids. She goes, no, I said 10 to 12. $260 for 10, $300 for 12. Now, I didn't major in math, but something about that don't sound crazy to you. You charge me $230 for 100 braids, but you're going to charge me $300 for 12. Like, I feel like when I texted and asked her for the price, she just like looked at whatever bill was due at the time and came up with a price.
I saw somewhere where somebody said when you ask some hairstylists about the prices, they'll charge you based on the particular bill that they haven't paid yet at home. And hearing this woman say the same thing, it's just making me laugh because, come on, 100 braids, 230 or 260, and then 10 to 12, 300. Maybe she's going to say, okay, these are braids and the other one is stitch braids. I don't know, guys. It doesn't sound correct to me.
I expected my hair to look exactly how it looks on Pinterest for what No Shade, the owner of the business, is promoting and how she opening her business. So today we are at BYFA Luxe in the Bronx. They do offer a wash service. So of course I had to bring my Function of Beauty Pro. The wash, I would say 7 out of 10 because while she was gentle with washing, the detangling, not so much. She like literally one pass raked through the knots and I was not too fond of that because I have very fine hair. For blow drying, I was happy. It only took her 10 minutes, but guess what? My roots were damp. So yeah, I'm not too sure if that would influence the end result, but yeah. So at this part, I was a little nervous because I felt like I was giving, you know, palm-colored people that go to the Bahamas and get their hair braided and they shouldn't. But here, I was a little hype. I was like, okay, but yeah, yeah, my face does it all here. Okay. My hair should look good from every fucking angle. You would have thought I also have no edges. Fucking God, bro. Oh no, I don't like this. So this service was $350. Would you pay $350 for these braids? And can any braider tell me if they're supposed to be started with like box braids in the back? Because I don't know what that was about, but I would love some clarification. Thank you.
No, the hair didn't look proportional. Some parts were big, some parts were small. The hair didn't lap well. Lots of things were wrong with the end result. And then for that price, it didn't look like something worth 350, and honestly I won't pay that to get this particular style.
Ladies, where do you live and how much does it cost to get your hair done? I just moved from LA to Nevada and I just got a quote here from a girl that said balayage starts at $325 and then like the more you need it goes up like $25 a bowl or something, and then a haircut is $85. So with tip it's going to be around $500. And when I lived in LA I drove an hour to Orange County because it was so much cheaper there, and I feel like I haven't got my hair done in a while, but I think it was like a total of maybe $300 for the service, haircut, blow dry, and including tip. My friends in Philly are saying that the $325 estimate is normal and that's usually what they pay, and that also a haircut is usually around $80. I'm fine to pay it and like give these ladies what they deserve for their work, but now I'm just curious because I guess I've been spoiled for the last few years going to my Orange County salon, and this was like, holy shit.
I understand how she feels. Like, imagine you used to a really affordable service done, and then you change location and you're hit with a different reality. You want to question it. So I totally understand how she feels. But yes, let me know what you all think about this. Have you also gotten your hairs done, and at what prices did you get them done? Like, was there a particular price that shook you to your bones? Let me know in the comments. And yes, beautiful people, I've come to the end of the video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, do not forget to give the video a fat thumbs up. If you are not subscribed, consider subscribing, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.